Hello everybody and welcome to The Day I Became a God episode 11 anime review. This episode I feel like could best be summed up by Yota making a lot of stupid decisions that common sense would tell you not to do. But then eventually he did get it right towards the end, so I guess all is forgiven? Maybe not, but we'll say it is. Also this nurse character, I don't remember her name, I didn't write it down. But I guess she's the de facto villain of this part, but she's not a villain, obviously. I really don't want Yota to, take Hina away. I don't think that's the smart decision. But we'll see. We'll have to see where the ending goes. We've only got one episode left, so, who knows how they're going to wrap this up. They could do it in a multitude of different ways, so we'll have to see. But for right now, let's jump into the episode and see how everything went down and do this thing. The episode begins with Yota going through Hina's whole day now, what her daily schedule consists of, and honestly, it's genuinely quite upsetting because, we've seen Hina before, I said before how full of life and everything she was before, and now to see what she's doing, it hurts a little bit, It hurts. I've been critical of this series in the previous episodes, earlier ones, but they've got me towards the end. They've sort of redeemed it in my head for the end, but that's just me though. She's happy with the nurse lady, is Hina, but whereas Yota doesn't really get a look in, which you feel bad for him, but then he does stupid things, so he gets permitted 1 hour of the day to see her, so he's there for 2 weeks, so 14 hours total he's got to win her over, basically. So of course that's not too long a time, so you can kind of understand Yota's impatience, frustration, whatever you want to call it. Hastiness is another good word. So, but he does stupid things, so Hina's not looking at him because she doesn't trust him yet, and then he just grabs her and starts trying to forcibly turn her around. I'm like, Yota, are you an idiot? Are you an idiot or something? I'm surprised he didn't get fired from that alone, but he didn't, thankfully, somehow. The nurse talks to him about, hey, Hina doesn't trust you, basically, because it took her ages for her to look me in the eye, and you've just got him, basically. She'd basically given up on life before Hina, this is, but now that she's starting to pay attention to the people around her and everything, I mean, she's giving it another go, which is a nice thought. It's kind of yeah, I agree, but at the same time, we saw the Hina, that we saw before. It's a hard thing. Basically, Hina doesn't trust you yet and everything. And then Yota's like, we still got some time, so don't panic. When people say don't panic, they're almost definitely in the process of panicking. That's basically what's going on with Yota here. He is not doing well, I think it's fair to say. He reads her some books, I think it was Greek myths, and she barely acknowledges him. She'll notice he exists, look at him. But then when he asks her anything, she's like, no, I'm not talking to you. Which is, yeah, not great. The nurse, who he later on speaks to, says, hey, her memories probably went when the chip got taken out, because she knows vaguely what happened as well. So basically, you never spoke to Hina, you spoke to the machine, the chip, which is very, yikes. I think that's a good way of putting it. And Yota's face is just oh my god, is she right? Did I even ever speak to the real Hina? And it's just damn, I'm in the process. They're a machine could do what she was doing. I'm I don't know if I agree, but sure, I guess. And he said, you never once knew the real Hina, and it's don't, man, don't. He saved her from freezing to death in a car. That's true bond right there. This part got me, and he realizes that if it was the machine that he was talking to, then there's no way he can fix this and, get Hina back. There's nothing he can do in that case. So he starts, as I said, panicking a little bit. It's, again, not great for Yota right now. The nurse is telling some harsh truths here. I don't think that's right. I don't think he was talking to the machine. I think it was still real Hina, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a big oof. Let's just go with that. Yota is out sulking on his bench, as he likes to do at this point, and he gets a call from Izanami, who tells him, hey, I love you. And I'm like, whoa, that came the hell out of nowhere. And she's like, and I love Hina too. And it's man, everyone's bloody, everybody's like, what's the word, baiting each other this time. They're like master, I'm not gonna say it, but you get it. And she says, Izanami is like, hey, trust yourself, we all love Hina, we want her back. And he's like, okay, got some reassurance. Then Ashura calls his friend and is like, hey, yeah, I love Hina too, let's bring her back and have some good times. And then Yota calls Sora, and she says how, like, hey, she's gonna finish the video, the family, it's very nice, all these calls. Then everybody texts him, like, all the other cast members, like, hey, you know what you gotta do and everything, help do good. And then Yota's like, thank you, everyone. And then Yota, sorry, I feel like I proper flubbed there. Yota is all like, yeah, I know that the Hina I met is I know it's the same Hina, basically, I can tell. And it's like, okay, he's got his mojo back thanks to the support of all the cast, all the people, all the friends. They all help out, which is a good thing, because they haven't really done much the last few weeks, but they're helping now, so that's good. So Yota is now trying to think of something that he knows Hina likes that the nurse doesn't, and he comes to the conclusion of, hey, video games. I'm like, they're gonna play Dragon Quest again. I'm like, I would not make Hina in her current state play an RPG. I don't know if that's particularly the best idea. Maybe something easy like Mario. Although Mario is not easy. Mario is actually quite frustrating. And considering how Hina was playing, I don't even think. Maybe he made the right call, playing a turn-based game. Maybe I am. Maybe he did. Maybe he's actually Pokemon. He should play Pokemon. He puts the request for games in his report, which I guess is getting sent to Suzuki, maybe Hiroto, because I don't know who else could possibly get him one. Which is, whatever. The nurse is not happy he brought the stuff in. She's like, Are you an idiot? Video games bad. Video games cause violence. No, they don't. He gets her. Eventually, she's like, all right, fine, I'll allow it. Hina gives it an little go, and Yota again is stupid. Is a stupid idiot, and is very not patient with Hina. It's like, no, you gotta do this, do this, do this, do this. And then of course Hina gets annoyed and throws the controller. I would have liked it if she threw it at Yota though, but she didn't, because Yota was an idiot here. He gets kicked out of the room by the nurse because, look what you've done, idiot. And then the nurse is all like to Hina, don't worry, Hina, you have me. And Yota's like, oh my god, no, I'm losing her. Even video games didn't work. Which is, I thought the video games would work. I mean, she gave it a go. It's just because she ran into a rock, Don't put rocks there. Minecraft, could have played Minecraft. Minecraft's frustrating too, actually, though. Creative Minecraft, there we go. Peaceful, I've solved the problem. There you go, Yota. There you go. We then get a little bit of the backstory for the nurse lady. So she had a baby that had a problem and then I think died, which is a bit of a shame. And then so she had the hole in her heart because like, my baby's died. So she then started, I guess volunteering at a child facility with ill children and started helping them. And that filled the void a little bit in her heart. And now, obviously Hina, my guess is she probably sees Hina as like her daughter. So yeah, she doesn't really appreciate this nobody, Yota, coming in and trying to take her daughter away. Is kind of how I'm seeing it. Which is, hey, a little bit fair enough. Yota gives games another go, but she's bad at it and dies. So she gets frustrated, more controller throwing as you would. He realizes she's happier playing with the nurse, but then he realizes, hey, the nurse isn't forcing her to do anything. She's like, okay, what do you want to do? And then Hina's like, I want to play with that one. So Yota realizes, oh, okay, I'm trying to force her to play games. I need to wait for her to want to play the games. And, I mean, everyone knows it. If you're forced to do something, you're not going to enjoy doing it. It's very simple, and Yota realizes this fact now. So he's got a new plan of attack, I suppose. So he draws pictures of all their friends and everything, and Hina is not a fan of the Yota picture. She keeps throwing it away, but is looking at all the others and having fun with them and everything. And then he starts playing the game himself while Hina's asleep, and the nurse is like, dude, it's time to go to sleep. And he's like, okay, I'll do that in a minute. Or no, I won't. And she's like, you're going to wake Hina up. And he's like, I'll be quiet, I promise, I'll turn the brightness down. So what Yota is doing playing the game, he's a genius, he's grinding. He's leveling up all the characters so that there's absolutely no way that Hina will die when she's playing the game and get frustrated. So he is the ultimate. Why didn't you just ask like presumably it was Suzuki he was asking, right? Why didn't he just ask him to like very quickly hack a max stat save file? Like, I want to be that guy, but he's a genius hacker. He could probably do that, right? But yeah, he's pulling all-nighter. He pulls an all-nighter so that she doesn't struggle, and I've only got limited time, so I have to do what I can. And then, the next day, he's just waiting, and then he sees her, like, look at the game console. She decides she wants to play the game now. And now, because, Yota's helped out, leveled her up and all that, she's doing really well because she's one-shotting everything, because she's, probably about 25 levels higher than she should be at that point. And she's smiling and having fun, and Yota's like, yeah, you did it. They both say charge. They're both having fun together. It's great. The nurse is like, that's very strange. How has she opened up so quickly to him? So my guess is she might not remember Yota, but it's not completely gone. Like, she knows maybe subconsciously Yota is a good guy, so I can trust this dude. And also, everyone bonds quicker over video games. You know that. If you've ever played a video game with anyone, you either lose all your friends or you become best friends. That's basically how it works. The nurse, checks his reports and realizes this doesn't add up at all with what's been going on. So the question is, what the hell was Yota writing up in his reports originally? Because, before he requested the games console, what was he writing up? My guess is like Suzuki or something made fake reports, which makes sense. But it came back to bite him this time. He gets a message from security officers like, who are you? And he's like, I need more time. And the security officer's like, no, this is bad. And I don't know why the this is bad was. Like, it should have been like, you are under arrest or something. But it was just like, this is bad. It didn't really make sense to me. That was where we ended. So Yota's been found out. Presumably he's going to get kicked out early next week, and then maybe he'll be brought back because Hina will be like, I want to see Yota, damn it. What's going on? I'm not really too sure. I don't see how we get an 100% happy ending out of this, if I'm being honest. Like Hina's not going to suddenly just recover and, be allowed to come back to Team Yota and everything. And also, I would feel bad for the nurse because I don't consider her like bad. She's just doing her job. Maybe she's gotten a little bit too attached, but at the same time, you could say the same thing for Yota. He's thinking about himself more than Hina. So who knows? Who knows indeed? But that was where we ended the episode. Season finale next week. Excited to see. I'm excited to see how things play out. That is where I'm at with this right now. I would kind of like her to say his name again. Maybe. Is that too much to ask? Maybe. Who knows? But for right now, let's see what was my favorite part of the episode. Check that out real quick. Yeah, check it out. So my favorite part of the episode is honestly the running theme throughout the episode of Hina not really caring about Yota to, oh yeah, okay, he exists, to eventually, hey, it's kind of fun to play video games with this guy, She slowly, well, it's not slowly in the grand scheme of things, opens up to the point where the nurse is like, okay, how did she open up so quick, It's the power of video games, girl. But no, I like that a lot. I get that they're kind of, I feel like she probably kind of remembers him. Maybe not remembers, but she feels like she knows him maybe. Who knows? I most certainly do not. But that is it for this episode. We'll have to see how things wrap up. I said before, I'm excited to see. I don't think we're going to get 100%, super happy ending. I think we're going to get something like in the middle where it's like bittersweet. And hopefully things, work out. I don't know though. They typically do have conclusive endings, the Jun Maeda shows. So who knows? Who knows? I don't have much else to add. Let's wrap this up. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments below and everything, because as I said, I have no idea. I'll see you next week for the season finale of this though, so take care and bye guys.